Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1992 Toyota Mark II Tourer S. Yeah, that's his real name. It's the Mark II of what? I don't know. I'm not going to lie, I should have looked this car up before I did this episode because I genuinely don't know what this is. I think it's like a precursor to the Chaser, I guess. That's all I can think it would be. It's similar statistically to the Tourer S we had before. There are two of these, the Tourer S and the Tourer V. I assume the V is going to have way more power than this. Either way, front engine rear wheel drive, 351 horsepower, 1,170 kilos. Pretty average statistics for this course. So let's go ahead and see how quick it is. It's going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 RS, although it did get pushed close by the car in the last episode, which I strongly recommend you go see if you haven't already, the Ford RS 200. Either way, the Evo set a time of 27.806. This is unlikely to beat that. Namely, oh my god, it's another one of these Toyotas that has a 4-speed box. Oof. Maybe this is going to be another Aristo, so yeah, for those of you maybe are newer to this series, when a saloon car has a 4-speed automatic gearbox, it usually means, as I hit the wall, which isn't proving my point very well, it usually means it's not going to be very quick. We very recently had the Toyota Aristo, and as much as I love that car, that made more power than this does. Admittedly, that also weighs a lot more, but yeah. That car was not quick. BMW 740i, similar issue, not quick. Toyota Altezza AS200, which actually made almost the same amount of power as this one, probably weighed about the same issue. So we don't expect a lot out of this. This car's got another problem in that the gearbox is less like the one out the Aristo and a lot more like that one out the Altezza, where I cannot use first gear in this, and I want to because it's screaming for a gear change there, but first gear is short. How short is it? 67 kilometers an hour. That's just not long enough to be viable as a gear, as you can see coming through here. Like, I'd just be bouncing off the limiter. I do think this drives a little bit better than the Aristo though. It actually feels like it's got some power behind it. Admittedly, the Aristo was naturally aspirated, and the Altezza, I think, actually might have had a worse gearbox than this. The Altezza, if I remember rightly, it was one of those cars where I had to use first gear, because the first gear was long, but it still wasn't great. Much like this, though, this isn't great. It's this first section it really suffers through. Because I can't change gears down, it understeers like a pig through that section. And there you go, if you use first gear, it gets you a bit more power for a split second, but then you lose all momentum because you're having to shift gears. Yeah, this isn't very good, basically, is what I'm saying. We've had the, what was it, the Corona Exiv? That was an alright car. If your options in the used car dealership are between this and the Corona Exiv, go for the Corona. I think the Corona is probably the better choice. Or maybe the Chaser. Mind you, the Chaser was slow as well, actually, come to think of it. I think this might be quicker than the Chaser. But yeah, it's just not good. I mean, don't get me wrong, my driving wasn't perfect. I will firmly admit that in this case, but it's just not very good to drive. It's not a very good car. It's just not very good. That's literally it. That's the baseline of it. For this course, with its stock gearbox, this car is terrible. If you fully upgrade the gearbox, get a racing gearbox in there, I have no doubt this would be quicker. But of course, part of the fun of this series is running cars that are fully modified with the stock gearboxes, because I think that's funny. Anyways, I think there's probably 0.1, 0.2 in there, but not by much, if I'm being perfectly honest. A 32.085 will place this car into 142nd. It is marginally quicker than the Mazda Unos Roadster. It is 0.1 up on the Toyota Chaser Tour S. Admittedly, that didn't have race mode, but still. It's 0.7 up on the Aristo, 0.6 up on the Altezza. It's better than they are, admittedly. I think because it's a little bit lighter than they were, but just these big Toyota saloon cars, they just don't do well around here, evidently. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully the Tourer V, which I'm assuming also, much like the Aristo and the Chaser, probably makes like 600 horsepower. That'll probably be a good one to watch out for. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I'll be driving something, hopefully, that has more gears. Please, can something have more gears this time? Until then, farewell.